What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new Helldivers 2 video. So with the drop of the brand new Warbond Democratic Detonation, I've been testing out the weapons, and so far the weapon that I've actually been in love with is the R-36 Eruptor. Now this thing is a one-shot powerhouse of a sniper rifle, and I kind of wanted to go in and stress test it a little bit and make this video on you guys, so this way you guys can see all of the positives that makes this weapon an absolute beast. I tried to get a good variety of both robots and bugs, going with like the walkers, chargers, hulks, and so on, to kind of show you guys its weaknesses and its strengths in both categories. So without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. So the first thing we're going to go up on is the robots. Now this thing really shines when you actually take it against them, being able to put out some insane amount of damage and being a really good long range weapon. Now this weapon pairs really nicely for both sides when you pair it with other stratagems to use for primaries, such as like the machine gun, the flamethrower, and so on. You can really get some cool combos because up close and personal, this weapon you're not going to want to use since it does shoot explosive rounds. You can easily kill yourself, do friendly fire damage, to yourself and teammates and so on. So you definitely want to use this as a long range weapon or when you have distance from enemies. So now the first thing that we're going to talk about here is just the minor enemies, like the littler guys on the robot side. Now this thing absolutely does amazing with them, being able to one-shot them and being able to cluster one-shot in an AoE range, since it does do that AoE explosion that shoots shrapnel out in all directions. So you can kind of get a good amount of kills in one shot with this weapon. Now it does have a very low fire rate because it is a bolt action sniper rifle, so you do have to keep that in mind that you're not going to be able to spam this like other weapons in this game. Now that explosive tag is actually really nice because, like I said, it is a slow rate of fire weapon, so being able to kill more enemies with one bullet is really cool on top of the amazing damage that it does. Now all the littler bots you're basically able to kill in one shot with no problem, and even going up to stuff like the walkers, you can pretty much one shot as well, being able to kind of just penetrate right through their front armor, not even have to worry about throwing impacts behind them or anything. Or you could easily simply just shoot their legs off in one shot as well. So it makes this weapon really good with dealing with the minor robots, and even some of the like missile bots, it does pretty good as well, being able to take them out in around 2 shots as well if you place them in a good enough area. Now moving up to the bigger bots such as the hulks and so on, it will take more than one shot. Now I've tried trying to go through like the front armor, shooting it in the head, or trying to shoot it on an area where it can get splash damage to the back, but it just will not work. It takes too many shots and is very inefficient, so you resort to kind of have to running around the enemy to get that weak spot shown, throw EMS strikes, EMPs, whatever you want to call it, to get them stunned, to get around EMP nades, or simply just have your teammate get the aggro to shoot it in the back. Now on average, for me at least, it took around 3 to 4 shots to actually get the back on the hulks to blow up. Now it could be bad placement by me. Maybe there is a trick to use the explosion, maybe shoot it lower or more center on those exposed weak points to get more damage on it. But in my testing, at least, it was that 3 to 4 shots to get that back on the hulks to actually explode. Now in solo, like I said, I would advise running something like the EMP nades because you're able to EMP them, get behind them to that weak point, and then actually kill them. Or you could simply just try to sneak in and get the actual first shot off. Now the sad thing though is, like I said, it does take more than one shot. So if you are doing like a stealth trying to roll and you see that you can get a first shot on the weak point of it, you're not going to one shot it, sadly. So I can understand that if they made it, it would be a little bit too OP, but I think it would be cool if that was the option, considering this is a sniper rifle that does have a very slow fire rate that you do have to rack the bolt back every time you fire, so you're not going to be spamming it. So it would be cool, but I understand that obviously this is a primary, so they cannot make it too OP. But overall, I'm very happy with the way that this weapon is in the state right now for killing the hulks and the minor robots. Now going up with the tanks, again, it is very clumsy, trying to get behind in a position that you can actually shoot it on the weak point. Trying to go through like the front or the front armor is just not going to be an option. It does not penetrate that well enough to actually do so. And so you're resorted to, like I said, to EMPing it, getting your friend, if you're playing in a group, to get aggro to shoot it on that exposed weak point. But I generally would just throw like some impact nades back there to blow it up, or simply just using another stratagem as your primary and taking it out, or just using an orbital strike or something like that. It's going to be a lot more efficient. And when it comes to those tankier enemies like the tanks and so on, it really kind of falls off pretty quickly. So I would advise, like I said, using something else for a primary. when you actually go ahead and you're taking on those enemies, just to be a lot more efficient and not waste ammo or time. Overall, for the bot side, this weapon does very, very well. It is my new primary whenever I go against the boss, just because, like I said, all those minor bots, the walkers, you're able to basically just one-shot, which just is so nice. It's so satisfying to see. Being able to one-shot them so quickly. And then even in the Hulks, like I said, the 2 to 3 shot isn't insane. It's not something that's completely broken, but being a primary and being able to one-shot as many things as this weapon does, plus being able to take down Hulks pretty efficiently as well if you can hit those weak points, it is very, very good for this weapon and makes this a very, in my opinion, high on the list, in the tier list, when it actually comes to primaries for the robots. Real quick, before we get into the bug side of stress testing this weapon, if you guys do find any of the information throughout the video useful or helpful to you in any way, if you guys could consider hitting that like and subscribe button, that is currently the best way to support me. It really lets me know you guys are enjoying this content, and it really helps with the YouTube algorithm as well. Now for the bug side, this weapon does really well for the minor bugs as well, just like on the robot side, being able to one-shot majority of them, even against like the armored enemies, the small to mediums, it does really well against being able to basically 1 to 2 tap them. But in my opinion, it is not better than the actual robot side compared to this weapon. I would highly advise, you know, kind of using it mainly for the robots, but you still can use it for the bug side. It's just not going to be as effective as it would be on the other faction. Now, like I said, you are able to cluster AoE kill thanks to that explosive tag. You will get multiple kills. You can basically one-shot all the minor bugs, but it's just against the chargers, it really kind of lacks. Now, I tried shooting it on the lakeside, tried shooting on like the ground under it to get that explosive damage. I tried shooting it, you know, in the face, bouncing the shot, trying to get it to land under its jaw. Tried a bunch of different things, and it really just came down to it taking like 4 to 5 shots or more to kill a charger, and having that low rate of fire, like I said, with the bolt action actually going back and forth and having to, you know, go ahead and rack that each time you fire. It really is just very inefficient in my opinion. There's many different things that you can use to actually clear out chargers a lot quicker, especially the flamethrower. Now that it has the new kind of ship upgrade you can get to give it more damage, you can easily just throw like an EMP nade on the charger, kill it with the flamethrower, and swap back to your marksman rifle, and then go ahead and you do the long range shooting on the minor bugs to go ahead and one shot them, clear them out, and so on and so on. It's kind of sad to see that this isn't as good as it is on the robot side, but I can easily see, you know, like I said, pulling out a different thing, primary, stratagem, machine gun, flamethrower, whatever you guys like to use, the arc thrower, plenty of different combos to go with this weapon. And just the fact that it's able to one-shot a lot of the minor enemies for both sides, I think makes this an easily like S tier weapon currently in the game. And even though that, you know, maybe some of you would disagree with me, I don't see you guys putting it below like A tier on your own personal list, even if you don't like the weapon, just because there's so many things that this is able to do, even with the shortcomings against like the chargers and so on. Now, once you get to the Bile Titans, again, it doesn't really do anything. You're not going to be able to really kill Bile Titans in an efficient way with this weapon. It just takes too much ammo to really kill them, too many, you know, magazines you're going to be using. So I would advise just pulling out a different weapon, using a stratagem, you know, orbital laser, something of those lines to kind of clear it out more efficiently, and then using this to go ahead and kill the minor enemies, just because it's just going to be more efficient. You're not going to be wasting time and that much ammo compared to just shooting the actual Bile Titan over and over and over again. Now, obviously, if my testing differs from your guys and you guys found out a way to kill the Bile Titans or the chargers a lot more efficiently, definitely let us know in the comment section below. It helps the whole community, and I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and if you did find a way. Now, overall, my final verdict on this weapon, I easily can put this in S tier. Just the amount of enemies that you're able to take down with one bullet, especially with the robot side. Like I said, being able to kill like the walkers, the minor enemies, the, you know, like the missile enemies, the melee enemies that come at you, being able to like 3-shot the Hulks, like it just is an amazing weapon for the robot side. It's a good weapon as well for the bug side, so it's amazing to play with as well. It feels really nice. I'm actually glad we got a really good sniper rifle in the game finally, so I think you guys will easily be able to love this gun, and I easily can put it in S tier. I think I highly recommend you guys to try it out. Like I said, let me know in the comment section below what your guys' thoughts is. I'd love to see your guys' verdict and thoughts on the weapon. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night, depending on when you're watching this video. Like I said earlier, if you guys do enjoy the video, the best way to support me currently is by hitting that like and subscribe button. I hope to see you guys in the next video, and I'll see you later. Peace.